What's going on, peeps? This is Art, and yeah, Superman is being replaced. Yeah. I called this a month ago or 2 months ago, because Grace Randolph did a tweet where she exposed a lot of this stuff going on, and now it's being pretty much confirmed because there's more reports and more people reporting on this than usual about Henry Cavill being replaced. And like I said, Henry Cavill has not held the Superman role for a while, because if you actually paid attention to what his contract says, after Justice League, his contract ended because he had a little bit of controversy in which he had to get his agent in to try to mitigate relationships with Warner Brothers, which is sad because I really think that Henry Cavill does look the part. He does exude Superman, and I think that they wasted a lot of freaking effort with Henry Cavill because they didn't come out with a Man of Steel 2 or whatever it was going to be called. And I think that they dropped the ball on this. I think they really dropped the ball on the DC movie universe. They really did. Because they mismanaged the opportunity of these characters coming in. Even with Shazam at the end of the movie, they didn't have Henry Cavill play the Superman. They had a stand-in, had the suit, and you didn't see the face. And that's when I knew there was something bad going on with there. And as it confirms, DC has no plans of putting Henry Cavill as Superman going forward, even though he wants to be Superman, because he posted on his Instagram when all this stuff was going on a couple years ago of him having the S curl in his hair and him looking up. So it's obviously he still wants to be Superman. He still wants to be his character because Henry Cavill's a geek. In case you just didn't know, Henry Cavill is a geek. But just because you are a fan of the franchise does not mean that the executives at Warner Brothers want you on their film. And this right here proves it. From the article that I've read on Screen Geek, which I will post in the description, but you can look this up on multiple websites and it will say the exact same thing. That Sasha Cale, which I'm thinking that's her last name, it could be Cale or Kaylee, please excuse me, is going to be the replacement for Henry Cavill Superman. And honestly, if you read the comics, you will know, especially if you read the old school comics, that you will know that Superman's cousin has dark hair, but she wears a blonde wig. She has a blonde wig, but she wears dark hair. Because I remember there was one instance to where she was hit by a car and her wig kind of came off a little bit, and people were looking at her kind of funny. But she does wear a wig that's trying to hide her identity. So with this, what I'm seeing is that I don't know if they're gonna go that route, but what I do know is that DC is pretty much following the same script that Grace Randolph put out, and it seems like they really are trying to erase everything that Zack Snyder put together. It really does. I think that the DCEU movies are done. I don't think they're going to continue with a overlapping story ending with Darkseid in that nightmare scene that came out. Both HBO Max and the movie scene are separated at this point because HBO Max wanted to put out Zack Snyder's cut, which was heavily heavily liked. People love Zack Snyder's take on the Justice League. And the reason why I know that is because of the simple fact that they put that as a selling point for HBO Max, and people signed up just to watch that. And they also put it as a DVD 4K release, and people bought that, because I know I bought it. I'm forgetting what division is a part of the HBO Max, but they know that people love this Zack Snyder cut. They really do. They know people loved it. But the people that's in charge of the movies don't want that going forward. So there's a split there. And I know people are saying, well, what about Ezra Miller? Which I will get that with another video about him. With his tweet. If you look at that tweet and analyze it, all he's saying is Zack Snyder's efforts into what he put into the Justice League, or Justice League up until he left, was not going to be erased. That doesn't mean that they're going to continue on with it. Now, you're going to get a Wonder Woman 3. You're still going to get a Aquaman 2 and 3. But nothing's going to be a connected universe. They tried doing the Marvel Cinematic Universe approach to DC, and because they had missteps with the characters and stories and stuff like that, and I think they were going on a right track with the Justice League, but because we all know Zack Snyder's daughter committed seppuku. I'm saying seppuku, but we all know what it is. And he had to lead the franchise. He had Josh Whedon take over. It didn't go well with fans, and so they decided to go into another route. It happens. DC's in the business of making money and make as much money as possible. And if they feel like something's not going in the right direction, they're going to go separately. This is the reason why I think the turning point in what executives thought was the turning point was the Joker movie. Because Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie made a lot of money at a very, very low budget. And so they said, like, if these movies are going to make us money and are not connected to each other, what's the point of doing a connected universe? That's the reason why I looked at this and said, okay, this is the route they're going. This is the simple reason why Margot Robbie says that as far as her contract is concerned, she doesn't know when she's going to play Harley Quinn again. Because I'm pretty sure they don't have no plans of redoing Harley Quinn or the Suicide Squad. I guarantee you that the Suicide Squad we got, I think last year, was going to be the last Suicide Squad movie you're going to get. I guarantee you it's going to be the last Suicide Squad movie that you're going to get. Everything else is going to be, I think they're going to do Joker 2. I think it's in the works. Wonder Woman 3 is pretty much going to happen. Aquaman 3 is pretty much going to happen. You got a new Batman coming out with Robert Pattinson that just came out a couple weeks ago. So everything is going to be a self-contained story, just like it was 20 to 40 years ago. They're not going to intertwine with each other anymore. Nothing's going to be intertwined. It's just going to be, you got your stuff over here, I got my stuff over here. We're not going to come together. We're not going to cross-pollinate like the Marvel movies were for 10 years. And I also think that Marvel is kind of, in a sense, maybe a little bit tiresome about that to a point, because what they're using to bridge the storylines is the Disney Plus content. They're using Disney Plus stories to bridge the content, so that way they're not spending 10 years explaining a story, which what was made special about Marvel, in these past 10, 12 years that they were doing this. That's why they sold the Infinity Saga in a whole entire set for like God's amount of money. Which it worked. It did. Marvel found a formula that worked and they rode with it. And for the past 10 years, they've been successful doing it. I don't think Marvel thinks that it's going to be successful for another 10 years. I think their motto right now is to put out a 5-year storyline, because I've seen reports saying that. But besides that, let's talk about Superman. Do I think that this is a bad idea? Yes, I do really think so, because I think a lot of people really did enjoy Henry Cavill playing Superman. I don't think a lot of people are going to enjoy a Supergirl movie, or is this going to be a Superman with a woman being the head movie? It just depends on how they're going to portray this character. Because we all know that they are in the works about trying to make a black Superman movie, which, listen, I'm just going to say this. I'm a black guy. I would rather have an icon movie than a Superman movie, because you already have black characters. And that's the insult. That's the slap in the face of me as coming from a geek. You have a black-like Superman character that you can do a story on. That is very interesting, by the way. But you want to sit there and tell fans of this genre, who are minority characters, who are African Americans, that no, you don't deserve an icon as a movie from Milestone. You deserve a black Superman. We're going to tokenize Superman as a character for you to watch. I don't give a fuck about a black Kal-El. If you're going to give me a black Superman-like character, give me freaking Icon from Milestone. I want to see Icon and Rocket in a freaking movie. Give me that. I want that as a movie. Give me Hardware. Start doing movies about Milestone and those black creators who went out and did their own thing and made characters that represented them and their community and their struggles and all that other stuff. If you want to do that situation. But don't give me a black Superman. Don't give me a black Kal-El. I would rather see Icon in that role. And that's the reason why some of this SJW stuff I don't really like. I really don't. Because it's a slap in the face of black creators doing their own thing. To me, that's how I feel. You're slapping me in the face saying that our characters are not good enough to be put on the full screen. So we're going to do this character but make him black, which is not going to hold well over even the white fans. I know more white people that were more impressed with what Milestone did during the 90s. And I'm not even fucking kidding you about that. When I go to conventions and I talk to white people when it comes to DC and Milestone, we have mad conversations. We have great conversations. Like when Run DMC came down here and promoted their comic, and one of the guys in Run DMC, I forget his name at the moment. I'm doing this off the cuff of my head, so please forgive me. But when he came down here and came and doing his comic, and I was talking to one guy, and he's just, yeah, man, I love Milestone. I love Milestone. Icon, all those characters, Hardware, Static Shock, all those characters, man. We were just having a vibe, just talking about that stuff. And then as soon as came on the stage, he said, hey, man, listen, I know you gotta go around, but I gotta go over here. Because he was all into Milestone, and he was a white guy. And he was just saying like, yo, I love this stuff because it was so authentic. That's why I was like, when they came out with Milestone right now in the DC, I was like, yo, I gotta get this. The compendium, yo, I have to get that. It was $60. It was cheap. It was freaking cheap compared to what they will put in there. I mean, if you ever get it, if your comic shop does not have the compendium of Milestone, you have to look the manager in his eye and ask them, what are you doing? What are you doing? Do you not care about comics? Seriously, man. Do you not care about comics? If your comic shop does not have the Milestone compendium, Jesus, come on, man. But like I said, man, with this new Superman coming out with Sasha, I mean, I called it. They're trying to get rid. They're trying to stay away from Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder has nothing else to do with the DC universe, and this screams of desperation. It's not going to sell. It really isn't. And I keep telling people the same thing over and over again, that when it comes to comic book characters, people know who Superman is. They know what he looks like, what he's supposed to look like, and what he represents. They know that he's supposed to have this strong jawline. Henry Cavill, I have to say this. Henry Cavill is the closest representation of Superman that we've had since Christopher Reeves. You can fight me in the comment section all you want to, but you're not going to change my mind on that. Henry Cavill is the closest to Superman that we have in modern times to Christopher Reeves. Those are the only two people that I could see playing Superman for what I've seen. As far as a movie role, yeah, Henry Cavill exudes Superman from his pores. He looks like the character. He looks like what I think Superman should look like. Yeah, he may be white. Get over it, okay? Get over it. Superman is a country kid from Kansas. He has those same morals as Middle America. And for what they did with the Henry Cavill, it seemed like he had those. And if they do anything else besides that, especially with this female Superman, quote unquote, I don't know, man. I think they just ruined the freaking character. But that's me. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section. If you agree, let me know in the comment section. Hit me up on my email at artbullpen.gmx.com. All of the emails that I get, I will respond to them as accordingly. I'm thinking about doing a Twitter for this channel, so probably this week I will probably start a Twitter for this channel, or either Instagram or Twitter. If you guys think that Instagram or Twitter would be better for me at this channel, please let me know at the bottom of the description, and I will catch you guys later. But that's my commentary on this. I'll holler at you guys later. Deuces.